Market Monday, it's Sugar Rush Part 1 week. We also got a little bit of a curveball thrown. Reduxes, they don't always announce that Reduxes are on the schedule, but hey, kudos to EA. Reduxes, 97 overalls. We'll talk about those in a little bit, but that's your content schedule. Hopping into your AKAs this week, actually some pretty good cards. We have Andre Reed, probably the worst of the three, but he's still really good. 6'2", 97 speed. Solid wide receiver for, I believe, just the Buffalo Bills, maybe one other team there. And then Charles Peanut Tillman, 6'2", 97 speed. Gets mid-zone and flat zone for 0 AP. He is, without a doubt, the best slot corner in the game, but also can play safety and outside corner. A top 5 overall defensive back in the game. Love his card. And then William Perry is the LTD, 88 speed, and he is the first defensive tackle in the game to get Lurk Artist, I believe. And it's also for 0 AP. Does not get inside stuff for 1 AP. You would have to put it on for 2, but you get interior threat and Lurk Artist for 0 AP, and that is why he is going for 2.8 mil. Very expensive card, but it's kind of justified. If you want extended coverage of the market and how I make my coins, subscribe to the Coin Bible exclusively on Team Get Lucky, link in the description. But before we get into Sugar Rush and all that jazz about overalls, or we're getting an overall boost, 94 overalls, 95 overalls, what to invest in, I want to talk about Reduxes because I'm sure a lot of you guys have some 97 overall Genkai Force LTDs, some 97 overall AKA LTDs, and especially some 97 overall Combine LTDs because they are some of the best cards in the game. So yes, 97 overall LTDs are getting Redux guaranteed either this Thursday or Friday. 98 overalls, I'm going to pass on just because we are still going to have some 98 LTDs, in packs come Thursday with being the weekly wildcard. So what should you do with 97 overall LTDs? Now, I went back and looked at MuchEG. I looked at how the prices reacted on 96 overall LTDs, especially the Super Bowl guys, to see how their market was when they announced we were getting Reduxes all the way until the Reduxes actually got put in the game. So I'm just going to give an example of it, like a 2 million coin LTD. So 2 million coin LTD on the announcement that we're getting Reduxes would drop. And you guys have already seen on the market, most of your 97 LTDs have dropped probably 20 to 25%. So 2 million coin LTD initially will just drop to 1.75 mil just because the announcement of Reduxes. And then over the course of the week, as we kind of string along the days up until the Reduxes actually get put in the game, they will continue to drop like another 20 to 25%. That 2 million coin LTD, by the time Reduxes get put into the game, will be around 1.25, 1.3 mil. And then of course, once the Redux gets put in the game, there usually is a special offer that drops, and they drop another 25% down to like 1 mil. So the big hitters, the ones that lose a lot of value, are the really, really expensive LTDs, just because, a Redux cannot be super rare when they put a special offer in the game. So I'm going to give a few examples of cards you should automatically be selling right now. Of course, you do sell, you're not going to play games, but that's kind of understandable. But here are a few LTDs I would guarantee to sell, and they've already dropped a little bit, but they're going to drop even more throughout the week. This is going to be a lot of your common LTDs. Harrison Phillips, right now he's going for like 1.4 mil. He's probably going to be under a mil by the time Reduxes come out. You've got Tariq Woolen, the most expensive LTD, I believe, in the game. That's 97 overall. He's pretty much at 2 mil. Patrick Willis, 972k. He's already dropped a little bit, but he's still worth selling. Julio Jones at 1.3 mil. And also, I'd say Darius Hayward-Bay at 900k. Ed Too Tall Jones at around 1.1 mil. That's expensive enough to where it's going to drop a significant amount. Ryan Fitzpatrick, AK LTD, 1 million coins. And finally, Michael Irvin at 1.6 mil. These are all that like standard. I would just sell them. They're too expensive. The Redux is not going to be that rare and that expected on the market. 2 cards I wouldn't sell. They fall under the category of they're already pretty cheap and they're still really, really good in game. And their Redux probably will not affect their price drastically. That'd be Kyle Pitts, 97 overall, and Derwin James, 97 overall. There were a few LTDs like George Karlaftis, as well as a few other lower, like again, middle price, 600 to 700k LTDs, that when the Redux actually got put in the game, their price didn't move that much because they were already a pretty affordable price, at least for an LTD. But now getting into Sugar Rush in the background, you're going to see some Madden 22 champions, as well as some Madden 23 egg openings. So I'll kind of discuss the background of Sugar Rush, as well as do I believe we are getting an overall boost. So Sugar Rush, 2-week promo. We're going to get a content drop this Thursday, with the reveal stream actually being Thursday morning and not Wednesday night, although we'll probably get a teaser on Wednesday night that will actually tell us if we're getting an overall boost. But 2-week promo, right? This Thursday, the following Thursday being 2 guaranteed drops, and then capping off March 31st Sunday, and that will be Easter Sunday. They always classify that at least as a third part of the Easter promo. I hope we get multiple drops next week, even though we didn't get it this week. Maybe next week we get a Tuesday, Thursday Sugar Rush content drop, or a Thursday, Saturday content drop, although that would be pretty hard to see considering we're still getting content on Sunday with Easter, and that is when the eggs open and all of that jazz. It's really the last holiday promo of the year. Used to be one of my favorite promos of the year, but they've kind of, at least last year, they did a really bad thing with eggs. There was really no egg reroll until the last few days, and they just put in an extra large egg reroll. It actually was a loophole at first, but in the end, the reroll wasn't that good because the extravagant eggs had like the least upside. Like, you knew what you were getting. You were just paying for a 90, I think it was a 97 overall at the time, or maybe a 98 overall for an extravagant egg. And then the players also got leaked via MUTGG, so hopefully that does not happen this year. And then, of course, we saw how Zero Chill went with them doing eggs, or them doing presents, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that they do eggs a little bit different than they did presents this year. I don't believe we're going to be able to get unlimited eggs. I don't believe there's probably going to be a training rule to get eggs, but what I'm hoping is the Sugar Rush players actually will quick sell for the alternate currency they have planned, and that way we can use that alternate currency and get the limited amount of eggs they at least allow us to get in their store, their candy store, whatever there is. Going to be this Thursday. But overall boost, do I believe we're getting overall boost? Because Reduxes on the schedule have, put some thoughts into the community of like, hey, we're going to get an overall boost now because we're getting Reduxes. But I will tell you, I've looked back at the overalls I've looked back at the Redux overalls when they've been released, and if it's signaled a guaranteed overall boost, and it just hasn't. Right, tracking back to 91 overall Reduxes, 91 overall Redux actually did signal an overall boost. They dropped on the Thursday. We got Blitz, and that was, of course, when we got 93 overall champions, 94 LTDs, or I believe actually 92 champions, 93 LTDs. The only other Redux overall to drop the week we got an overall boost was 95 overalls. They dropped 95 overalls the week going into Super Bowl past, and 96 overall, or 95 overall champions, 96 overall LTDs. We got the 95 overall playoff LTDs Redux. Other than that, 96 overalls, the 94/93 overall Redux drop, and the 92 overall Redux drop have not come on a week where we've gotten an overall boost. And just this past, month, 96 overall Reduxes dropped during the week of Combine. That was the last week of 96s. Wasn't the first week of 97s. Wasn't the first week of 96s. It was the last week, so it didn't signal an overall boost at all. We also, during the Zero Chill, or 93, 94 overall Reduxes, they dropped right in the middle of the playoff promo, I think during week 2. Did not signal an overall boost, and then finally 92 overalls dropped, I believe, they dropped December 18th. That's right in the middle of Zero Chill. There was not an overall boost that week in December. So those saying, oh, we're getting Reduxes this week, 97 overalls, we're guaranteed to get an overall boost, that just isn't true. While it does definitely add more likely of a chance we get an overall boost this week, it's not a guarantee by any means, but yeah, it definitely has put some doubt in my head that we are going to get an overall boost. And I think that goes without saying. I don't think we are. I think we're sticking with 97 overall champions, 98 overall LTDs, mainly because of how they did the overall structure last year, as well as the content we know that is to come this year. Last year, again, same thing. 98 Team of the Years, 98 free agents, 98 Sugar Rush players. This year, 97 Team of the Years, 97 free agents. I believe we're going to get 97 Sugar Rushes for 2 weeks. And then, of course, the overall boost will come the week after. That will be for Ring of Honor with 98 champions and special 99 Ring of Honor champions. So no, I do not think we're getting an overall boost, but it doesn't really matter what I say. Again, this is just an opinion. It probably is like a true 50-50 at this point now, but I'm sticking with my guns. I do not believe we're getting an overall boost for Sugar Rush. So investing-wise, of course, you can do whatever you want. I can't really give the most specific advice on Market Monday. It's, not good for the TGL members, but 94 overalls right now are pretty cheap. You can get them at 90K. I think we all know if 94 overalls are in the Sugar Rush sets, these things will not be 90K. They will probably be 110 to 115K plus at that. And 95 overalls are actually definitely down today, which is kind of surprising considering the Redux got put on the schedule, but they're like around 120, 125. Definitely a little bit expensive, but hey, if 95 overalls are involved, those are going to go to the moon because there's just very few 95 overall champions in the game. There being, I think, Super Bowl, Weekly Wildcard, and AKA Cruise. That's about it. The last thing I want to mention is training. Like I said earlier, I actually believe we're going to get, or I don't know if I said earlier, I've done a few takes here. I believe we are going to have a rerule of some degree where, again, you can quick sell the Sugar Rush players for alternate currency and use that alternate currency to then get eggs. So with that being said, a training reroll to get Sugar Rush players, I think is going to actually have a lot of value to training this week. So training, picking it up at least like under 1.2, preferably closer to 1, I think is a sneaky good buy. There's varying overalls, like the lowest or the cheapest training in the game right now, I think is 91 overalls at 20k. But I think training has a sneaky good upside. Sneaky good upside. So we'll see what happens this Thursday. I don't really have much expectations for Sugar Rush, but hopefully they bring it back to an old school Sugar Rush / Zero Chill program, and maybe eggs are unlimited and eggs are really, really fun to open, and we kind of have, again, that old school vibe back on Madden Ultimate Team once again. Comment if you have any questions, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you were new, and until next time, peace.